Go ahead.
Wonderful. So, welcome everyone to the October Town Hall. We got some big news in this one, so hold on to your butts. So, I'm going to start off first by talking a little bit about the state of the game and sort of what's happening locally and stuff like that. So, as a lot of you will have no doubt noticed, Big Ab, Deepwater Hooligans, commonly referred to as Big Ab, have been taking a lot of the, or well, all of the R64s locally. We lost the two Athenors that Tri gave us, the two R64s that Tri gave us, because we weren't able to hold them versus Big Ab. And they've also been taking pretty much all the R64s in the rest of Wicked Creek, Scalding Pass, Curse, and surrounding areas. Now, they can do this because they can just holding moons doesn't necessarily rely on people having people to mine them anymore. The only thing that matters now is basically how many Metanox you can protect, right? Like how far you can project power to hold Metanox to fund your activities. And yeah, as I mentioned, Big Ab have been taking all the R64s and putting Metanox on them in sort of Wicked Creek, Scalding Pass, Great Wildlands, Curse, surrounding Lowsec, etc., etc. So now the problem with that is, this is a function of the Equinox expansion, right? So as I mentioned, they don't need miners. When we were in Detorid, all our R64s had Athenors on because they were either mined by members or they were nationalized and therefore mined by leadership to go completely towards the Alliance. But obviously with this Metanox spam, they don't, PvP groups don't need that, so they can just bully smaller groups and take all their R64s now. So it's kind of it's difficult landscape out there for small groups to survive. So just to sort of put it in context for everyone, when we were in Detorid at an alliance level, our monthly income was around 150 bill. That was sort of all the nationalized moons, all the various taxes, etc., etc., all in. And going from there to Wicked Creek with the R64s that we had here, we went down to about like 30 bill a month income, roughly. And now we are not even going to be able to keep the R64s that we do have. So that's pretty much going to kill off the vast majority of the Alliance's income. Now, unfortunately, that's how the Alliance pays for things like SRP, having structures everywhere, POSes, and all that sort of stuff. Me and the other directors, we had sort of a sit down last night. We had a meeting to sort of say, what can we do about this? What is the answer here? We discussed wormhole space. We discussed a number of different options for what could be the way forward. But the sort of issues we kept coming back to, number one, um, pretty much all of us in the director team are looking to go on significant breaks from Eve, like 6 months plus, in the extreme near future. Um, and we're all just kind of super disillusioned with CCP, the direction the game is going. I mean, the long and short of it is that we just can't, like, we're not going to be able to have any R64s, and by extension, you know, reasonable alliance income to pay for things, because we can't compete with the likes of Gab and groups like that around us, or anywhere. Um, and we can't compete with them because we can't get any R64s to fund our growth and development. Right? It's a catch-22 situation. We can't do X because we don't have Y. We can't get Y because we can't do X. Right? So that's sort of the problem. And sort of those things combined have sort of led us really to the only sort of conclusion that we could come to, which is that unfortunately we are going to be uh, essentially closing down the alliance and the corporation. WOMP and Guns will continue to exist on. I'll be holding them on Rexton, on my main, whilst I'm away from the game. But functionally and for all intents and purposes, WOMP will be closing, and Guns as a corporation will also be mothballed. Now, the plan for making this happen going forward, obviously, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that the all inbound routes on Auth have been disabled. That's because what everyone needs to start doing now is thinking about moving all their assets out of Wicked Creek back to HighSec, and start thinking about their next moves after WOMP and after Guns. I want to take this point to shout out specifically all the talk for a minute about all the things that we've accomplished. This might sound like a sad announcement, but I don't think it is at all. If you look back over the course of WOMP, when I first joined Guns, I will never forget the first PvP op that I took out in Guns after first joining. We have 6 Caracals, 3 Ospreys, and a Kerries, and we did a low sec gate camp. And that was the first PvP fleet we did in Guns after I joined. And to go from there to having like that Trillion-esque brawl, Dread Brawl on the Fort Timer. We fly fucking Apex doctrines with our paladins and shit. To go from A to B, and to see that everything that we've achieved, all the videos that Rogan has made over the time that we've been doing stuff. It just makes me super proud. It makes me really proud of what we've been able to achieve together. And it makes me a little bit sad that that's now sort of coming to an end. But the plan is very much to sort of see what happens with the game and mechanics. We're going to be liquidating pretty much all of the Alliance assets. everything, all the stockpiles that we've sort of built up over time, those will be liquidated, and that ISK will be kept in the corp wallet for such time as the game is more conducive to surviving as and actually being able to to compete as a small to medium alliance. And that's sort of the plan, really. So the outbound routes will be live still on Orth. All the JF pilots are going to be standing by to take your contracts back to HiSet for assets and stuff. There are a few options for that we have on the table for people who are looking for other places to go. If you are interested in PvP and have you've I think the requirement is more than 6 months old or something. I was speaking to Gast earlier today, and he's more than happy to accept people into his corp, No Mercy in Tri. But yeah, that would probably be if you're looking to sort of build on your PvP skills and you're pretty self-sufficient in terms of ISK and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's an option. I think a number of people, I think a couple of people that know about these plans already are planning to go back to or go to Horde to participate in the next Horde Goon War, which I suspect will be on the horizon fairly soon. Yeah, there are obviously, between me and the other directors, we have a lot of contacts. So, if you need an introduction to a specific group that you're thinking about joining, then do reach out to, as I say, me or one of the other directors. And I think between us, we should probably be able to hook you up with a contact from pretty much any group in the game, I would imagine. So yeah, in terms of sort of time frame, I'm expecting this to sort of happen over the next month or so, the next sort of 3 to 4 weeks, really. In terms of what to move, you need to move everything out apart from the Ferox Doctrine. We'll keep that here just to, in case we want to throw it at any timers, but otherwise don't expect timers to be defended from this point on. It's possible that we might look to keep a couple of systems, just sort of to have them in case anyone specifically wants to do anything. They'll probably only have like the upgrades that they've currently got. I'm thinking maybe like XTAC-A, G9L, and GMTAC, for example. But other than that, the Solve will have our iHubs in them, the systems that we own, until such time as someone contests them. They will not be defended. Structures, we will see what happens. If we're able to unanchor them, we will, or potentially sell them to another group. But either way, we'll make sure if we do sell them, we'll make sure that people have access still to get their stuff out. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much the plan for now. The Discord is going to stay around as like a social Discord, so we're not going to kick everyone. So everyone will still be able to chat and catch up and sort of arrange like MPSI roams and stuff like that together. If you guys want to do that sort of stuff.
add to that, Fury is making changes to the Discord so that if you decide you want to continue in a different alliance, for the time being, there will be no plans to kick people from the Discord, even if they are not in Guns or WOMP. And so, if you are going somewhere else and continuing on but want to stay in this social group with these people, you can do that. Fury is working on setting that up.
Yeah, exactly. So I will go to the town hall channel. Where should we move capital ships? Yeah, the answer will likely be Curse. We will publish a reasonably safe route, or the best advised route. We'll post it in cap pings.
I'll probably get your ships out to Podian and Losec or Doral and Curse. Those are probably the two best places to have them.
Will it still be possible in WOMP? To be in WOMP and represent it in places like faction warfare, etc. Yeah, totally. The Corp and the Alliance will still exist. Like I say, I'll be holding them on my main while I'm away from the game. If you want to stay in Guns, that is absolutely fine. You are welcome to, but please just do be aware that for all intents and purposes, it will be a completely inactive corp. Nothing will be arranged at a corp level by any sort of leadership or FC type people. So, yeah, if you want to stay in Guns, more than welcome to, but please just be aware of that. What's our next game after Eve? I don't know, man. We can certainly create more channels for other games in Discord. I can do that, or Fury can do that, or Zenti can do that, I think. But yeah, we can certainly create other channels for other games if people want to play other games together. And as I said, as I said earlier, the plan very much, I will be keeping an eye on the changes to the game and sort of what's happening. And if they do change it in a way where it's to a point where it becomes more feasible for small groups to actually have an income, then I will absolutely sound the fucking womp horn and ping for the gang to get back together. But I would not expect that for at least 6 months at the very least. Yeah, so
at least I will be attending FanFest, guys. So and I think Senti as well. So like if like Wompings want to meet up at FanFest, that's something we can totally do still.
Yeah, we do still have the WompFest channel. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make this FanFest personally because that weekend is mine and Mrs. Darkstar's first wedding anniversary. I did float the idea; it did not go down well. So yeah, unfortunately, I will not be attending that this coming FanFest.
Or maybe half a pint, Keenan. Have you seen the price of beer in Iceland? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it was
I
like
also wanted to do that.
£6 or £7 a pint last time I went there. Disgusting.
Come in Serbia, we will watch it on the screen.
But yeah, like I say, we'll be tidying up most of the channels probably. So yeah, over time, you guys will lose access to all the channel or to most of the channels, like the SIGs and all that stuff that will be mothballing. But yeah, we'll have the social channels, you know, so that everyone can sort of still hang out regardless of any other corporate alliance that you've gone to.
I do see people suggesting another corp. Can I sort of float this idea, Rexon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am one of the few directors that isn't going off on a break, and I will be forming a faction warfare corp. So if you are interested in that and staying with the group, you are more than welcome to join that. And as Rexon and the others have said, it will not kick you out of this Discord, like the WOMP Discord. So, you know, don't feel guilt, like don't feel like you can't leave guns or you'll be kicked out of the Discord. So just something to keep in mind if people are interested.
Like I would say, keep your eyes out on like previous Womplings. Who knows what like people will do? I'm still contemplating what the fuck I should do, but who knows?
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Any outstanding SRP will all be paid out. I think we were just a little bit slow on that for admin reasons, but
right now.
yeah, Senti's taking care of that right now.
If anyone's going the Horde route, give me a shout as well. I'll be going there. That's probably the easiest route to do, but just let me know if you're going that way. I can give you a hand.
Imagine leaving Horde to not be bored, just to go back to Horde.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Well, Jable, I have a very limited number of places that I can go, given the ships I've got.
Right. Makes sense.
To quote Dwall directly, he's fed more faxes here than in the rest of his Eve career combined. So
Op successful.
exactly.
You know, the like glorious swamp capital fleet, to say the least.
It's best used dropped.
I helped build the glorious WOMP capital fleet. I whelped it twice.
Hey man, I lured you here by promising you cap fights, and
you didn't lie. You did not lie.
There has been so
I did
many.
cost you 500 billion in SRP in my time here, though.
Exactly, that's what it's for, though.
Money well spent.
Fucking right. Like we generated some epic battle reports, you know, some really good videos, and hopefully everyone had a lot of fun.
The G3D fight is still one of my favorite in the entirety of EVE. That was fantastic. Up to and including the absolute NC spaghetti. I don't think we ever told the line members that one. NC Sino died mid Titan Bridge. They were also 10 minutes late after telling us they were ready to go, but then they said they needed to mid as we jumped to Roan Dredzen. I don't think we ever told the line members that, but we can do that now.
I think we can tell a few stories, but I would urge you to stop the recording.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that seems to be the end of the questions in the town hall channel anyway. So yeah, I think we'll pretty much call it there then for the town hall. But as I've said, this isn't a sad announcement. This is the game just isn't conducive to what we want to do as an alliance anymore. And the sort of situation that we find ourselves in, and the amount of time and dedication it would take to work within the new constraints of the game. So yeah, this is not a sad time. It's be proud of what we've achieved over the last 4 years. I certainly am, and I think everyone else should be as well. So yeah, womp womp, and we'll call the town hall to a close.